changing, and it's taking him a little bit
Changing
longer.
out of the barrel that he wore because he lost.
I have a feeling he probably lost feeling in his arms and is having trouble putting on a shirt right now.
Oh,
What's Kev saying?
they're noticing the cast? Kyle with the Saquon Barkley cast.
Yep.
Okay.
I will say this. Kyle does say that he is his favorite feature of himself is his calves.
He has abnormally large calves and an abnormally large head. Yeah.
Keep the tweets coming. You're fueling our show at #GMFB. We've got all of your highlights. We'll break it all down right now. It's time for the Lead Block. Let's do it. Let's take a look at the NFC and AFC Championship games presented to you by Intuit TurboTax Live. Pats beat the Chargers in Foxborough. They face the Chiefs at Arrowhead on Sunday. On the NFC side of things, Foles Magic ran out. Yet I'm still looking at a shrine over there. It's weird. New Orleans got the win, and they get to stay at home to face and welcome the Rams to town. But let's see how it all shook out. Let's go to New Orleans.
Let's do it. The Eagles and the Saints. Drew Brees, 5-0 at home in the playoffs. We all know that's a tough place to play. Trust me, I know. I've been there in the playoffs, and we got whooped. Nick Foles, 4-1 in his career in the playoffs. Only loss was 2013 wildcard game versus the Saints. Okay, here we go. Early in the game, Nick Foles hits Jordan Matthews' 37-yard touchdown. It's the magic beginning. Oh, Jordan Matthews, he gets in the end zone. It's 7-0 at this point. Second quarter, Eagles trying to make something happen. Nick Foles looking for Zach Ertz. And who intercepts it? Marshawn Lattimore. Oh, man, Marshawn Lattimore had himself a day. Foles, 8 straight game with at least 1 giveaway. That is the longest streak in his career. But how about this? Drew Brees hits Keith Kirk Wood. A lot of wood going on this morning. All right, third quarter, though. Saints ball. Trailing 14-10 at this point. Drew Brees was looking. You're one-on-one with Mike Thomas. You're as good as gone. Mike Thomas had himself a day. He was balling. On that drive, he had 450 yards in a TD. That was an 18-play, 92-yard drive, 11 minutes. That was a season long, and it took the wind out of the Eagles. Fourth quarter, though, Saints ball. Will Lutz trying to make it happen, and Lutz misses the field goal. The Eagles stay alive. They would have put them up 9, but it is still a game at this point. The next Eagles possession. Nick Foles, under 2 minutes to go. He's looking for Alshon, and it's out the hands of Alshon. Intercepted by who? Marshawn Lattimore. Oh, my goodness, check this out. Nick goes right through the big mitts of Alshon, who was playing with broken ribs, but I got to say it because I play with broken ribs. Has nothing to do with the hands. That wasn't the reason why they lost, but it was a tough drop. And the Eagles, they are going home. The Saints move on 20-14, and they advance to the NFC Championship game versus the Rams. How about those Saints? And here's some Saints star performers after the win, starting with Drew Brees.
A lot of work to do. So, certainly very appreciative. Love the opportunity that we have to play that game here in front of our home fans. You know, we've always said it, you know, the regular season just puts you in a position to have this opportunity, right? Got a great team coming to town, right? And, you know, you go back to our regular season matchup with those guys, just had a feeling that, you know, obviously I knew what our goals were, and we hoped to be in this position, and I had a feeling that they would be as well. So they're a great football team that has had an incredible season, and obviously this should be a great football game.
All right, man. So, man, we've been on the ski mask tip. Hey, yo, that's his sack dance celebration for years. You know, so when he got hurt last year, we all started doing the ski mask. And then Mike T ran out with the ski mask. When we played the Eagles, he ran out the tunnel with the ski mask on, and them boys got the ski mask on the next week. So, you know, it's just a little something.
It's a copycat league.
Yeah.
It's a copycat league.
Yeah, monkey see, monkey do. Yeah.
Camaro is all business on the field. I tried to tell you, Kyle, they started the ski mask and they finished it. The Saints and those masks advanced to the NFC Championship presented by TurboTax Live. It'll be a Week 9 rematch of their game against the Rams, also in the Superdome. And in that game, the Saints won by 10. Let's talk about how things might turn out on Sunday. Peter Schrager, you were at this game last night. You know this Rams squad very well, calling some of the preseason games as well. So what's your first impression when I tell you Rams-Saints, Part 2?
I think about the two head coaches, McVay and Payton, the two Seans, and I say it's McVay versus Payton Part 3. Remember, they played last year in a regular season. They'll be squaring off. I think you are seeing offense. I think you are seeing fourth down aggressiveness. I think you will see trickery. The amount of times that Sean Payton went to Taysom Hill in big spots yesterday cannot be understated. The fact that Taysom Hill was such a huge part of the offense. He actually threw a touchdown pass to Kamara yesterday that was taken back because of a holding call. But the reliance on Taysom Hill was fantastic. And the Rams, they do a lot of the same kind of stuff. Fourth down aggressive nature, and let's go big. I'll say this. These are the two coaches who have been the story of the NFC all year. They will go head-to-head, and you've got a 40-year-old Drew Brees going up against a 24-year-old Jared Goff, and you've got the young coach in McVay, and you've got the older coach in Sean Payton. If I am a fan and I have no dog in this fight, I am sitting down on the couch, I am buckling up, I'm getting some popcorn, and I'm just going to enjoy. Two coaching masterminds at the top of their craft going at it for the third time in what will be a rubber match in the biggest stakes of all, the Super Bowl awaiting them.
Sean on Sean crime. Great setup there by Schrager. And the way that I look at it is just the dome is going to play huge. I can't get over yesterday seeing how uncomfortable and rattled Nick Foles looked. A guy who was unrattleable in Soldier Field against such a top defense looked cool as a cucumber, and all of a sudden yesterday was struggling for 3 quarters. So to me, the dome, they were down 14-zip, and that Marshawn Lattimore interception is all it took for it to flip on its head. And that crowd, as much as we want to say the defense is great, interception, 5 punts, interception. The crowd knew that they had an effect on this game. So that's going to be huge as they're now 6-0, still undefeated with Sean Payton and Drew Brees in the postseason in New Orleans.
You could feel the waves of momentum in that game. They hit you like a brick. I've never really seen that. Early, late, middle, it comes so hard in the noise and in the TV, watching at home. And I want to know how one of the quarterbacks is going to respond to that. Let's look at the 4 guys we have left, right? Brady, quarterback god. Brady's quarterback god. Mahomes is Bobby Fischer meets Evel Knievel. He's got it all. Jared Goff is very intriguing.
Talk about
And Jared Goff, I take nothing away from him. He just won a home playoff game. He won a home playoff. He didn't have to throw a touchdown. The running game was incredible. Can Jared Goff go and beat the Saints in the Dome? Can he have a Jared Goff moment, a Jared Goff drive? The answer is I hope so, but I don't know. I really don't. And if you think that they can just get in this running game with them, as good as Michael Thomas was last night against the Eagles, he was even better against the Rams last time. They played it over 200 yards. He'll be the best player in this game again. So my question would be, if Thomas gets going and Breeze gets off shots, can Jared Goff say, no problem, I'm looking up at Whistleman and all the Saints on those waves of momentum, and I got this? I don't know yet. The only quarterback of the 4 remaining that I don't know if he has it in the big moments. I can't wait.
First career road game for Jared Goff.
Road playoff,
postseason game.
Last week, going into the Philly Saints game, I said if the Philadelphia Eagles take care of the ball, if Jared Goff takes care of the ball, I have faith in them winning. They didn't do that. You have to be perfect. There's no such thing as playing with house money when you're not in your house. So once you get a lead and you're up 14-0, you have to take advantage. You're so close to everything being perfect, and that's where they were before they made mistake after mistake, and then they give up the fake punt, and all of a sudden that lead and the momentum just starts to slip right out of their hands. So moving forward, if you're looking at the Rams and what they're going to be able to do in this game, they're going to be able to run the ball. They'll be able to throw the ball as well. The defense will play well. You look at the Eagles defense. They played pretty good against the Saints. But you cannot let Drew Brees have a chance to keep their team in it through 3 quarters. If you're up by 10, if you're up by 14, if you have a chance to extend this game, not only are you keeping Drew Brees on the sideline, but you are hitting that crowd base right in the gut. And that's the one thing you have to do. You're not just playing against the Saints. You're playing against the energy. You're playing against the vibe. You're playing against the voodoo, the juju, however you want to frame it, however you want to name it. I've been there. I've been there in the playoffs and thinking to myself, this is a game. Going to halftime, looking at my guys, hey, we're good. Don't worry about it. We're going to go out. We're going to finish this. We're going to celebrate on the plane. It's all good. And all of a sudden, one mistake happens. And then another mistake happens.
Look out.
And then they make a play. Look out is right. Not only does the crowd raise, and it seems like somebody just went 5 clicks up on what you're listening to, the crowd seems to overwhelm you. I remember at one point I was on the sideline, and I looked behind me because I thought the stands were closer to me. That's how loud it was. And that's how overwhelming the energy was. And I think that's what it was at some points in the game for the Philadelphia Eagles. When they had this team on the ropes, it was like they were sitting there dazed, and all they needed was one more power punch. And they sat back.
Finish him, and they couldn't.
They couldn't. So if you're the Rams, you get a lead early, what you have to do, 1, take care of the ball, and don't fall for the okie doke. There will be trick plays. And the one thing about trick plays, it not only gets the first down, but it changes the complexion of the game. Rams have to be perfect if they want to win this game.
I think we're in store for a lot of trick plays in this one. Maybe they run the ball. I will say Jared Goff outside of the Coliseum, 10 touchdowns, 9 interceptions in the regular season. So C.J. Anderson may be a big role. Let's talk about C.J. Anderson.
What a cool story.
What a day for him. 123 yards, 2